Have you ever noticed that people who are about to pass gas often raise their index finger as if to say, "Attention, something is about to happen"? It turns out this strange custom came to us from France, the land of exquisite perfumes, refined cuisine, and eternal romance. The founder of this ritual is a certain Joseph Pujol, who is known as the most famous performer of his kind in the world. And you've probably already guessed what made this man famous. I'll tell you more about how it all happened in this video. And there's also a recording of one of Joseph's concerts, which you'll be able to hear if you watch the video until the end. And this is Black Panda with you, and we're starting... One day, on a warm summer afternoon, a very strange thing happened to a little French boy named Joseph. While he was swimming in the sea, he held his breath and dipped his head underwater. Suddenly he felt icy water seeping into his stomach. The boy got very scared and ran out onto the shore. But then another surprise awaited him. Water started to flow out of his Joseph's mother, who witnessed this mysterious phenomenon, immediately took the child to the doctor. But at the hospital, the woman was assured that her son was perfectly fine. It turned out that he simply had phenomenal control over his abdominal muscles. And this in turn allowed him to control the release of intestinal gases to draw air or water into his rectum and expel them in a powerful jet from his, well, you know where from. And the distance of these shots sometimes reached several meters. After finishing school, Joseph worked for a while in a bakery and then joined the French army. There, his fellow soldiers discovered his unusual talent. And so Joseph began to put on unique performances for them. And when he returned home, he decided to test his abilities on a real stage. In 1887, Joseph Pujol performed for the first time at a theater in Marseille, and a few years later, he managed to conquer the famous Moulin Rouge. Having perfected his skill, the man could not only draw water into his anus and expel it back in fountains, but also produce various sounds of different tones. And thanks to this, he carried the nickname Le Pétoman for the rest of his life, which translates from French as the fart man. With that very part of his body, Joseph could play the flute, imitate the sounds of cannon fire.
The opening cannonade at the Battle of Austerlitz. Right? Load, aim, fire.
Blow out candles several meters away, and even perform the Marseillaise. Famous figures such as Sigmund Freud, King Leopold II of Belgium, and King Edward VII of the United Kingdom and Ireland attended the performances of the fartiste. During his performances, the audience was always in hysterics, with laughter filling the hall and tears welling up in people's eyes. And of course, it wasn't because of the smell. And for those who doubted his talent, Joseph would, for an extra fee, give private concerts where he performed naked. Well, naked. And one day, King Leopold II of Belgium himself attended one of these performances. But despite the fact that Joseph was bringing huge profits to the Moulin Rouge, at that time he was even earning more than the cabaret's leading prima donna. Soon, their professional collaboration eventually came to an end, and in the significant year of 1895, the renowned Le Pétoman successfully organized and established his very own unique theater, which he proudly named Pompadour.
One of the most popular performances in his theater was a children's show. Just think about it, a children's show, where using the power of his presence, he introduced children to the voices of birds and animals.
At the beginning of the 20th century, the Pompadour Theatre closed down. This happened after two of Joseph's sons returned from the war disabled, and another of his sons was sent to prison. Along with this, the artist lost interest in the performing arts and returned to Marseille to his family's bakery business. In 1945, at the age of 88, Joseph Pujol died and was buried in the La Valette cemetery. Representatives from Sabrone tried to negotiate with Joseph's relatives to study his remains and even offered them a very large sum for it. However, none of them agreed. Therefore, Joseph's body remains untouched in his grave to this day. In one of the American museums, there is a sealed capsule containing gases from the intestines of the great farter. And until it is opened, Joseph Pujol remains with us as a most unique specimen of the human race. And now, my friends, as promised, here is a recording of one of Pujol's concerts. Let me remind you, he produced all the sounds using flatulence, or simply put, by farting.
C'est une personne constipée. C'est d'un cheval au trot.
Well, that's all from me. Thank you for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed the story of Joseph Pujol, the most famous farter in the world. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Take care of yourselves.